So in terms of what the thoroughbred can do, obviously they're most commonly associated with racing, but this horse, you're saying, is now an intermediate event horse.
Yes, that's right. They do change very very easily. I mean, obviously you've got to be careful. You've got to take your size, how much time you've got to spend on them, obviously.
Yeah.
And they need, when they come out of training, they're all, it's really rather like being in boarding school.
Okay.
Their whole life is very uniformed.
Right.
And they take a while to relax. The most difficult thing, actually, I've always found, is for them to settle out in the field.
Okay.
They're used to being stable kept, being in a stable basically for sort of 21 to 22 hours a day, with very little other than that. They go on the walker probably at least twice a day, if not 3 times a day.
Right.
And then they'll go out on the gallop. So all they have in mind really is just to go on a walker, and that to them is slow work. And once they've got somebody on their back, it's to go out and canter and gallop.
Okay. So they obviously can be used for different jobs, but does eventing particularly suit them?
It can do. The dressage is obviously the hardest thing to get them to settle at.
Okay.
And you need a lot of patience for it.
Yep.
But I would have a thoroughbred any day because they're clever and they really do want to please.
Okay.
And they have had a hard life in racing, so they're used to being well handled.
So the handling isn't usually an issue if you had a horse that you want to do something with?
Yeah, no, the handling's not an issue. The hardest thing, if you have a horse out of a racing yard, the first thing you want to do is put him out in a small field, because you tend to find that they become panic-stricken because they're out in a big area.
Okay.
And then you just work them through it all so that they're quite happy to stay out. That is basically what they do. They do find it very difficult to relax out in the field.